Asante sana. Please be seated. Thank you, Madam Chair. The chairperson of Kenya National Highway Authority Board of Directors, the directors present, the directors from other road agencies present here, the CEO and the DG of the KENA, together with senior management of KENA and other road agencies present here, the partners of KENA from different organizations, private sector, universities, and all distinguished guests present. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. As you've been told, I'm very, very happy to be here. PS Mbugo would have really loved to be with you, but you know the responsibility we have in this ministry, we have to share responsibilities. We can't, sometimes we can't be in one function, all of us, but we would have loved to be here. Number two, I'd like to congratulate all of you for creating time to be here, particularly in KENA, and to congratulate the new directors who are serving at the Kenya National Highway Board, and to welcome them to the ministry and to KENA. I feel honored to address all the players in the infrastructure development who are here today as we celebrate the launch of KENA Strategic Plan for 2023-2027. My heartfelt congratulations to KENA's leadership, starting from the chairperson to the Director General and to the entire staff for carrying out their responsibilities with distinction, especially those, the committee that was chaired by, was it Engineer Tatitu? Yeah? And the entire team for doing a fantastic job to put together such a wonderful document that will guide the organization, and not just the organization, the country, for the next 5 years. One notable aspect of their work that impresses me in this deliberate alignment of the priorities and commitments of the strategic plan with those of the Kenya Kwanza administration. This significantly simplifies my responsibilities, as it allows me to provide an accurate delivery report to the cabinet and progress of the government's commitment, particularly in the road sector. A strategic plan serves as a primary policy blueprint guiding an institution. In this case, it will steer KENA and consequently the Ministry of Roads and Transport in implementing its activities, projects, and programs over the next 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, even as a country, as we continue recovering from the past challenges of our economy, including the management of huge debt portfolio, we must prudently adjust our priorities to support this resurgence of adopting appropriate policies. The Kenya Kwanza government recognizes the crucial role of moving people, goods, and services to stimulate the economy. This is why the road sector needs greater vibrancy under limited resources. This requires ministries, departments, and agencies to think innovatively and devise new approaches. I applaud KENHA for its proactive stance as demonstrated by its proposal for financing this strategic plan, including leveraging on the private sector. The public-private partnership model remains our key strategy in delivering cutting-edge infrastructure projects. Maybe just to emphasize there that if you think about the enormous resources required to implement this project, and what the DG told us is about 700 billion shillings. He pointed out that about 99 billion shillings will go to the PPP projects. I opine that it will be more than that. We will need to do more than that to make sure that we can achieve this objective. I want to challenge you, DG, and the management and the board, that you must be ready to make bold decisions. and I will help you make those decisions because I am ready to assist you to make those decisions. We are saying that we want to dual and expand and toll the road, the northern corridor from Mombasa to Malaba. We will have to be bold to do so. But we must also look for strategic business partners who are willing to take greater responsibility. The template is already there with what we did with the expressway. Now it's about what we need to do to improve on that template and provide a road network that is sustainable in terms of financial management, but also it's affordable by the people of Kenya. Understandably, of course, expressway is a bit more expensive because of the immense investment that has been put to navigate around an urban area. Now it's for you people, if there is nothing else I should say in this meeting, is that for Kenya to think through how we shall be able to toll more roads beyond that which you've listed in the table 7, 3, and 4, to make sure that we achieve greater road network in the country, even if it means to, in this period of the strategic plan, that we make sure that we develop it. And I have suggestions. One, I believe that we can toll the road from Athi River to Namanga, that it is possible to toll it and expand and toll it. I believe that it is possible to toll the road from Galeria to Rongai to Ngong and back to Karen Shopping Center. I believe that it's possible to get an investor to expand and toll. I believe also that it is possible for us to expand and toll the road of Kiambu Road. And eventually, inevitably, once we have tolled Mombasa to Malaba, we have no choice but also to toll Corridor C. That is from Muziamil to, is that Corridor C, right? If I'm not wrong, from Muziamil to Moyale, and eventually Corridor D from Sirare to Lodwar. And I'm saying this because we must be practical as Kenyans. If you look at the money allocated to Kenya in the road maintenance levy, the 40% of that money, I can say without fear of contradiction that Kenya in the next 2 years will not be able to meet its responsibilities in terms of maintaining the roads to the standards they have done before. And the only way to do proper maintained roads is to make sure that we have a fund that is sustainable and that can be able to do our roads. Just imagine what will happen when we will have completed the road from Garissa to Mandera. What will happen when you eventually, this road, which we are now almost completing between us and South Sudan, and I have good news that the South Sudan government are now willing to sit with us seriously and complete the 10 kilometers between Nakadok and Adaba. Yeah? So, with all these roads that we are dealing with, it is not possible under road maintenance levy to continue maintaining those roads. So tolling and dualing the roads and tolling is inevitable. The good news is that we have so many alternative routes along these corridors that those who do not wish to pay toll fees, we will give them those alternative roads. But the main highways, I insist, the main highways across the country, we will be providing legal and policy framework, working with Kenya, because the most toll roads will only, we can accept that the toll roads become a Kenya roads. And we make sure that all those toll roads, the resources that come from it, we transfer it back to the people of Kenya by giving them quality roads. Number two, for purpose of affordability of these roads, we must make sure that we get investors that will deliver the same roads at a cost that will minimize the amount that the Kenyans will pay as toll fee. Because let me make this argument, because if I don't say anything else, let me make this argument. If you toll Rongai Road from Bomas to Ngong to, again, back to current shopping center, and you make it 2-lane with some a third climbing lane wherever it's necessary with proper bus stops, because this one now we must have bus stops and exit. What you will do is that you will encourage many Kenyans to use public transport, because then it is possible to provide good buses that will operate in those roads. If a bus, and the longest bus, can carry 100 people, because this is a very good road, you do the double buses carrying 100 people. But to pass the toll station, it will pay 1,000 shillings, or maybe 500 shillings. It will be affordable, because you distribute to the 100 people these 1,000 shillings, or it means everybody will be paying 10 shillings, would have paid as an individual 10 shillings. But you make the transport faster, you ensure that people get to their homes in good time, you reduce road rage, you make sure that the fuel they are using is saved, and I continue making this argument that properly delivered toll roads is not an extra cost, it's a saving. If you deliver tolling of roads properly, it's a saving on time, it's a saving on fuel, it's a saving on health. Because, you know, if you are to spend 2 hours on the roads and you have homework to do at home with your children, and then you have somebody who's overlapping, you've wasted 2 hours, you get home angry with road rage. You transfer it to your children and your husband or your wife. So a more healthy society can be achieved if we have good infrastructure. And we must look at these issues holistically. So over to you, Chair, over to you, LDG. We must do properly constructed roads and toll roads. I had the privilege last year of launching the first ever Kenas Innovation and Knowledge Conference. I'm excited to see in the strategic plan the numerous ideas generated through the Kenavate portal. I eagerly await the agency processing of these ideas, as this will provide another opportunity to unveil them in the follow-up conference. Ladies and gentlemen, infrastructure development is the backbone of the economic progress, and our economic activities depend significantly on our roads. My ministry is dedicated to improving the motoring experience by building infrastructure that facilitates faster, more reliable, and safer mobility. Infrastructure like water and air affects the livelihood of every Kenyan. To continue building roads even as our policies place the country back on the path of economic recovery, we must be innovative and dream big. Our grand plans today offer only a glimpse of what our roads will look like in 30 years. To achieve an effective and reliable road network, we must address 3 major challenges: seizing the potential of new technology, building better infrastructure, and reforming the way we maintain and pay our roads. I am pleased that the strategic plan addresses these challenges, leveraging on innovation and technology, therefore will put us on the path to success. Technology such as in the planned intelligent traffic system is particularly key in ensuring safety while raising fines from offenders, money which will come in handy for the expansion of our roads. Ladies and gentlemen, the strategic plan that we are launching today is not just about Kenya. It's also a challenge and an opportunity for the entire supply chain. To make this reality, the sector needs more people with right skills, and this includes attracting graduates and providing apprenticeships. Creating jobs for young people must be taken seriously when planning, since this will also help turn around our economy. As a ministry, we take inclusivity seriously, and I'm happy to know that this plan upholds enhanced inclusion of women in the construction industry, training and mentorship and funding. The place of PWDs is also secured, and this is critical since it resonates with our better agenda. We leave no one behind in our economic empowerment. In our last conference on women in construction, we made certain commitments And I believe that as the strategic plan has noted the inclusivity and quality delivery of services, I believe also that the issues and the agreements we made during the Women in Construction Conference, which we will come back this year to do a review, will also be part and parcel of the implementation by Kenya. While we take pride in having some of the best roads in the region, and we must maintain and improve them, then we must also maintain and improve them further. The proposed long-term and sustained investment in building a smarter, more reliable and faster and climate-resilient network aligns with this vision. Now, the effectiveness of strategic plan lies in how it is implemented. There are no shortcuts to effective and efficient public service. All government entities must comply with the law and the regulation. Treating government plans as a mere ornamental document is a thing of the past. It is crucial to understand that the strategic plan process provides a platform for clearly defining the organizational blueprint for action aimed at achieving its short-term and long-term goals. Let me remind the Kenya Board and management that your commitment outlined in the strategic plan will be used to evaluate your performance. The government has made promises to Kenya under the BETA, and these promises must be fulfilled. I am pleased to know that this strategic plan places the customer at the center of the project program implementation, and this aligns with the commitments to citizens under the Constitution. We must also remember to seek the views of the public before implementing projects and programs, as this promotes transparency and gives the public a sense of ownership. To end, let me reiterate that all the important government plans, ranging from medium-term plans, strategic plans, performance contracts, to individual work plans, and individual targets will be used to assess the performance of not only Kenya as an agency, but the ministry as a whole, and all other agencies and their employees. So I urge each of you to be diligent in executing these very important roles. The last thing I'd like to say is that Kenya, even as we plan for the four corridors, we need to think also of how we will bring in inclusivity on the part of the abandoned parts of the country. We need to think seriously on how to finish the Lapsset corridor and upgrade it to the pavement standard, particularly the road from Lamu to Ijara. Remember, that was a very important promise, and if we want to open another corridor and deal with the problem of insecurity in the northern part of the country, the road from Ijara to Lamu from Lamu to Ijara is extremely important. The road also from now, Garissa to Isiolo through Garbatula, which is ongoing. We need to find ways of ensuring that we raise the resources to complete that road and eventually then name the corridor accordingly. I know that the other thing I'd like to say here, the road from Garissa through Wajir, the highway to Mandera, I know for sure that part of it is supposed to be delivered through Annuity, and it is captured in the strategic plan. I know the strategic plan was done before we came to office. From the ministry, we have agreed that we will not continue the Annuity program, that it is impossible to continue sustaining the Annuity program with the resources provided for the Annuity, but also it was, unfortunately, I know it was a trial, but it was a rip-off on the part of the people of Kenya. And I feel very sad, because in one of the Annuity programs, we are doing in Kura, for example, as an example, 45 kilometers in various counties within the central part of the country. And of all these programs, 45 kilometers in 10 years, we will pay 15 billion. I feel very sad. I feel very sad. For a road that would have used only 2 billion and maintained by another 1 billion, so 3 billion, we'll be paying 15 billion. When I came to office and during my vetting, I promised to the members of parliament and the country that we will take the difficult decision of making sure that we terminate the remaining part of the Annuity program. So again, we have worked with Kenya. The road between Elasit and Jukini, which was supposed to be delivered on annuity program will now be delivered on conventional contractual terms. And the contractor, I have promised the country that will be on site by March. I want to thank the investor who has accepted to work with us to terminate that annuity and to deliver in a conventional manner. The other investor in the Ramu Road, which connects to, as I said, Mandera, we are going to have a similar conversation. The money we will save from what would have been used in this annuity program will help us to deal with other roads that we seriously need to construct and maintain. So as a strategic direction, you will have to edit that part of the strategic plan. Yeah? As guided by yours truly and the ministry, you will have to edit that part of table 7.4 of the strategic plan. The other thing is that to sort out insecurity in the northern part of the country, there are certain critical roads that I would love this strategic plan to also be incorporated as we progress. The roads that will open the Kerio Valley region on the Lapsset corridor, particularly that will open from Baringo through Kapedo to Turkana. Again, it will help us, and you know what you have done. The roads we have constructed in northern Kenya, the reason why some elements in Al-Shabaab are not happy with us is because they know we are contributing immensely to the security of the people of Kenya. With tarmac those roads, they will not have an opportunity to put IEDs on the roads, and also the security, our security will respond faster. That is what we need to do in the banditry-prone areas of Isiolo, Marsabit, Baringo, Turkana, Elgeyo Marakwet, and West Pokot, to make sure that we open up those highways to ensure that we deal a serious blow to the problem and the menace of banditry. So therefore, on my part, on behalf of the ministry and its various departments, I pledge unwavering support, encompassing funding allocation where we can, policy enhancement, addressing the pending bills, legal and regulatory framework, and stakeholder engagement that are crucial for achieving this very important strategic plan. With the right mindset, skill set, commitment, persistence, and teamwork, I'm confident that we will make it happen. It is now my greatest pleasure to invite the chair of the KENA, the DG, the board members, and who else to come on stage so that we can officially launch the strategic plan. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.